Hello, this is Bishmanrock, and I'm here with a slightly different type of video. Today I bought a box, and apparently people on the internet enjoy watching other people open boxes, which I assumed was some sort of fetish, but apparently is not. So with me purchasing this box, I thought I would show you opening said box, mostly because it would have been nice to see other people also open said box before I made purchase. There are a couple of similar videos, however I seem to have wound up with something marginally different, not in a bad way, but I just thought it'd be worth covering off. So what you are staring at is what I eventually walked out of Games Workshop with when I attempted to buy Dark Vengeance. Dark Vengeance is the starter set of sorts for Warhammer 40k. That comes with 2 armies, a stripped down version of the rules, a couple of other bits that allows you to play. Online there is it's called a bundle, it isn't really, that's classed as a start set, which consists of Dark Vengeance, starter painter set and undercoat spray, which is essentially what I walked in to buy, and it came in this big fancy box, which I wasn't expecting. I thought online it literally just looks like they're going to give you the free items separately. There are a couple of other bonuses for getting not necessarily that bundle, just Dark Vengeance in general, within the store. So I would say if you're thinking of buying Dark Vengeance, do not do it online. Pop into your store and see if they will help you and give you some of the stuff that I got. So without further ado, swing this round. We've got I'll show you this box because it's quite a big box. We've got an Age of Sigmar thing on that side. If I flip it over, that's everything crunching and probably being destroyed. Warhammer 40k, it's a big cardboard box. It's got a handle on front. I was able to walk around and carry it like a briefcase. Oh god, that's all money being ruined. So yeah, let's crank this open. So I'm probably going to obscure your vision. This is the first box opening I've ever recorded, and everything's in the way. I'm not quite sure how other people do it. I'm going to put this to the side so the cardboard is not actually in my face and killing me. So yeah. I'll mostly focus on Dark Vengeance, but I'll just quickly go over here. So there's a Citadel Essentials without the glare. Tell you what, I'll turn off my other monitor. That didn't help because the glare is on my main monitor. Hey look, it's me recording myself. Citadel Essentials, it's got cutters, it's got cutters, that's pretty good. It's got paints, which shows you on the back. I might open this up actually. There we go, that's quite nice. As you can see, this was 20 of my English pounds. It gives you a selection of starter paints rather than me going, what do I need? I have no idea. Comes with glue, various other bits and bobs. It basically just means I don't have to faff around in store buying everything separate. Stuff like cutters I probably already have somewhere else, but to be honest I didn't realise until now cutters actually came with it. Same with the glue, it's the plastic glue. Yeah. We'll come back to that in a bit. This is the Chaos Black model paint. When you look online and try to buy the bundle, Chaos Black comes as part of the bundle, but in store they actually offered to either give me the white or grey. I went with black on their suggestion. Maybe I should have gone for grey. It doesn't really matter. I can always go back and get another one. But yeah, that's 10 of my English pounds gone. I'll come back to them in a second. This is Dark Vengeance, which as you can see is taking up. Tell you what, I'll get rid of this box. Goodbye, box. If I've got rid of the box, is this technically no longer an unboxing video? No, because I've got another box. So this is Dark Vengeance, and this is mainly what we're looking at here. I'll flip that around. As you can see, it comes with 2 armies, comes with Chaos, comes with those lovely Space Marine scamps. Comes with dice and all the stuff to measure how far you're going to run and blow things up and whatever, and a mini version of the rulebook, which sets you back for far too much money. So basically you can buy this, you can learn how to play the games, but you'll probably be missing some of the fluff stuff, I guess, and maybe some more obscure rules, but essentially you will be able to play the game at its most simplest, and then I'll probably just they do a I don't know if it is a PDF or if it's just a whatever the Apple variant is, but you grab it off eBay secondhand. I'm not that fussed when it comes to Robux. And yeah, so let's have a little scamper into this. So this is something I'm going halves with a friend, because this is about, I think it was 65 quid. So we're going halves. We haven't quite decided how we're going to do the rules and measurements. I presume I'll get it every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and he will get it every Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and we will do alternating Sundays until we fall out as friends. It doesn't matter because we're the only two who are going to be playing it at the moment. So he's going to be taking Chaos and I'm going to be taking the Space Marines. Let's have a look at what's in here. So we've got some bases, brilliant. Now I have to divide them out and give them to him. That's marvellous. We have stuff on sprues. So tell you what, I'm going to have a look at them before I... Quick glance, and that's really possibly annoying. Yes, so my greater spheres have been confirmed. So essentially what we were going to do, he was going to take his Chaos parts, I was going to take my Space Marine parts, and then we'll do whatever. They are all on the same sprue. So we have... How can I do this? Orientation. You can do it, Bish. There we go. So there's some lovable Space Marine people, but then just below it we've got some Chaos people. So I'm going to have to clip these and give him certain parts and me certain other parts, and maybe clip them out. I kind of wanted to paint them on the sprues, even though everyone says you should not. But you know, the best lessons are hard learnt, I guess. So we can see there's some sort of bike, which I believe is mine. The quality of my webcam is not the greatest thing in the world, not to mention I'm really struggling to understand the orientation, because apparently I don't understand how mirrors work either. So yeah, there's a bunch of Chaos and various other bits on there. So there's 4 of these, I believe. That looks largely the same. Again, more bikes. That actually looks very much the same. What we've got on this one? This looks different. Oh, we've got he's got the big guy. That looks like the back of the big guy, which is probably the nicest piece in the set. I have no idea what it's called. It's a big Chaos horrible thing. I think it's like a Hell Brute or something. So yeah, he gets the joy of doing that. This actually looks mostly Chaos. So maybe he will just get... Maybe it's I have slightly less and some of mine sort of fall onto his. And that looks quite a lot like bits of mine. Yeah, I'm not going to try and wrestle with my camera, but the quality looks alright. The only other thing to mention is these are the Snap models, which, if you are unsure of what they are, basically with other Games Workshop products, you take the arm and you glue them in whatever position you want, but with these they snap into specific the stances that they already have, so you don't get much creative ways to how they look. I presume that's some sort of a big bad thing. That's a tiny one. Presumably he would not have fit onto the other one. These are some sort of measure things that presumably measure stuff and things that's happening. As you can tell, because I am buying a starter kit, I have no idea what half of these things are, so maybe I am not the best person for this, but at the same time, I was watching some other videos and they were presuming a bit too much about I would know what half of these things are. So they are some pointy things. Got some dice, most of them are D6s. Got one that does some other stuff. I'm presuming the rules will tell me, you would hope so. Got some sort of books and stuff. Measurement-y things, they are nice and hefty. Yeah, they're good quality, they're not exactly going to snap. I don't know why that's loose. It also looks like some of the things have snapped, but that's fine. They haven't snapped in a way that's damaged, they're just at their weakest points. So let's have a quick gander in here and see what this consists of. So this looks like rules and probably a couple of other bits to make me buy more and feed the Games Workshop money machine, which, to be fair, I'd been out of, if I can ever get into this, I had been out of Warhammer for 10 years, and potentially I'm not even getting back into it. This is just sort of me taking a quick punt, and if I like it, brilliant, and if I haven't, then I know probably once and for all that I don't like it, but occasionally I get the urge. But yeah, I went in, and the guys were really nice. I mean, they're always, there were salespeople back in the day, but they're actually really nice in just being decent and not trying to sell me the earth. And they have some really good sets in, so now they have proper army sets that you can buy. The rules, I'm actually quite surprised. This is actually a nice glossy book. When it said it was a stripped down one, I'll be honest, with most start sets that you get with stripped down books, it's more akin to a leaflet. However, I am impressed with this. This is quite a nice little book. I mean, proper printing, nice quality paper. No idea what half of it's talking about. But yeah, that is a nice rule book. I'll read it some other time, I'm not going to bore you with it too much now, but there's a lot. How many pages is in that? I think it was like 208 apparently, so that's a nice thick rule book. And not just the skinny little leaflet that tells you the bare minimum. Well, it quite possibly does just tell you the bare minimum, but it's obviously telling you it in quite a nice way. So that is good. I like that. I am suitably impressed. What's all this? Read before assembly. Oh, this is an assembly guide. So I'm assuming you can guess most of these. They have numbers. Which hand am I using? So as you can see, the parts have their own separate numbers. Come on, focus camera, there you go. The parts have numbers, so you know which bit to stick on. And if I grab one of these, don't make me a liar. Oh, you are not. You might not see it too well. Can you see it? I don't know. Where my finger is, you can sort of see a printed number. So that gives you an idea of which bits you're meant to be sticking where. That's quite nice. I don't remember that being there in the past, but apparently that is a thing. The only annoying thing is, it's all in one guide, so when we split this up, either one of us will have to be in the dark, or one of us won't be able to put everything together. I mean, some of it looks guessable. I imagine the vast majority of it is guessable to an extent. Especially for like this big guy where he's got pieces that only he has, but the general Space Marines, I'm presuming most of the parts are interchangeable anyway, but I'm making some presumptions here. But yeah, that's a purely assembly guide, nothing else. What's this? I'm assuming this is extra rules. Alright, so that's a bit weird. What's all this about? I don't know what you're telling me. Chaos Space Marine Aspiring Champion. So I'm assuming this comes in the set. I'm not paying attention because it's a Chaos Space Marine and therefore not mine, so I don't want to be pining too much from. Looks like it has some extra rules that presumably are not covered in the rule set. So basically this is probably covering off the stuff that you would got if you had the Codex, but it's giving you it just to be handy. It's also weirdly got an assembly guide on the back. So I presume maybe, I don't know, maybe he isn't covered in the assembly guide for whatever reason, and it's got a lovely picture of him running around with his mates at the bottom there. Quick guide reference sheet, or quick reference sheet. Alright, so it's got stuff like turn sequence, weapon types, cover chart, so at a glance whilst you're playing rather than flicking through the big hefty rule book. It's also got the Dark Angels and Chaos Space Marines, bits and bobs. And quick reference sheet for stuff like dice rolls and things, so you can have this on the table and not have to flick through your 208 pages of the other rule book to try and figure out what the hell is going on. That's quite nice. And what's this? How to play Warhammer. Read this first. Okay, so the thing that was at the very back is asking me to read it first, so that's quite nice. Bit of fluff text. Welcome to Warhammer 40k. What you'll find in this book: you are a warlord. Don't make presumptions about me. Choose an army to command. Learning the rules. It's just going over the different unit types. The battle begins. the armies, chaos movement phase, chaos shooting. So this is presumably an idealized version of the game, maybe. Chaos. I'm just flicking through the pages aren't exactly separating perfectly here. The missions. The mission is quite simply a set of instructions that tells you how to play the game. So, from what I was understanding when reading online, there are a couple of missions / skirmishes that come with this, which allow you to play out preset. Yeah, it looks like it is one, the long and winding road. You probably won't be able to see much there, but you have an objective, be it take out one person on the enemy side or get to the other side of the board, or that sort of stuff. I can't claim to know too much about it, but that's what's in there. That sounds like it's just you'd use it the first couple of times, then you just move on to the full rule book anyway. So there's all that. Let me put this all back in nice and lovely. I won't bother popping any of the bits out just yet, because as I say, I am halving this with a friend, so I think it's only right that he should be there when I do that. So there's quite a bit in there. For £65, I mean, the models look pretty good quality. Maybe I'm just being a type git. It's alright, I don't regret it. I mean, if I don't like the game, maybe I'll regret it. I haven't put the fingerjigs back in. So to cover off some final points, when I bought this in the shop, they said when you buy Dark Vengeance, you will also get £20 worth of gift vouchers for Games Workshop. Online, it made absolutely no mention of this. Now, whether it offers it when you go into finalising the order, I don't know, but it didn't mention it on the web store. So I'm wondering if that isn't actually available online. So you can go and get this for 65 quid, and then the Citadel Essentials essentially you'd get for free. I'm giving my other £10 to my mate, so that's for him. But I use my £10 to get some money off my paints, and he can do likewise if he wants, but at least we've shared it evenly. The other things we got was these Citadel Crusader. So basically he described these as Xbox Live achievements but in real life, which is I believe the word he was looking for is gamification, but I can understand that not everyone understands that term. So this is a nice little book. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to use this too much, but I'm still quite happy to have it because he showed me. I don't think this has anything in it. Oh no, it does. Basically, when you can turn up to a... He said you can get one for your birthday or something, or when you start Warhammer, or when you turn up to events, and basically it's like an achievement. Like you unlock in a game, like complete level 1 and all that sort of nonsense. But when people describe this as stuff in game, in other places, quite often it's just a crappy little stamp book, and really it's not that interesting. But this is actually quite... They've got full-on cards, which they're shiny, so they probably won't show up too well here. But yeah, it's... Obviously I haven't got anything because I've done now, but... So if I open up this, I have unlocked Welcome to Citadel Crusader, which is obviously just explaining the book. Objective complete, welcome to our worlds, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and objective complete, welcome to our worlds, Warhammer 40k. He said there's 14 of these at the moment, and he said they're due to expand, I think, in the next month or something like that. Whether I'll actually turn up to fight in a store or anything, I don't know. I think it's one of those games that I'd rather just play with mates and have a bit of a beer and, you know, enjoying my own time. I think going into a store and playing with other people who no doubt would know the rules 10 times better than me would probably be a bit too stressful. I've done it before where I did it with Magic the Gathering, where it sucked all the life out of the game for me. I am very much a casual gamer, but it's a nice gesture, and there are certain things. It doesn't have a list, which is probably the only thing that I don't like about this, because I don't know what I need to do to get half of these filled in. Maybe there's a list online, I don't know, but it seems like it would have been quite nice to give me that. He did say he was being slightly cheeky. Apparently, when you... I don't know if it's when you're a first-time customer or when you're buying Dark Vengeance. I'm assuming it's when you're a first-time customer. We were very brief about it. You're supposed to get one of these. He did give me another one for my mate. He said he shouldn't have done that. But I'm sure he isn't going to lose his head. If he does, then... well, at least I've got another book out of it, I guess. But yeah, that was awfully nice. So I've got a fair bit. So... It's been a pretty good haul, especially when you think I've got the extra discount that I wouldn't have got online, and I got it in the big box, which isn't clear that I would have got that online, although it is just a cardboard box, so you know, I'm sure I could have lived without it. But yeah, if you were buying this for yourself, you'd get Dark Vengeance, then you'd get the £20 gift voucher, so you could basically get that for free on top, which puts the cherry on top a bit nicer. Would I pay 65 quid for this by myself? Well, would I really want 2 armies? No, not really. I'm kind of glad I'm sharing it with someone else, because otherwise I'd be sat with Space Marines and Chaos, and I'd have to manage both, or I'd have to sell one on. To be fair, if you did buy this and then sold half of it on, it looks like it sells for a pretty decent price on eBay anyway. But yeah, obviously I haven't gone too in-depth into... tell you what, I'll open this up whilst I'm waffling. Into what actually... the rules consist of, all the separate units. I've sort of glossed over them. There are a lot of other people online who will be able to tell you 10 times better than me, but I just wanted to counterweight it with something that someone was just coming to it for almost first time, and seeing the box for the first time without really reading anything on it, and wow, that smells of glue. Okay, so... and there's a paintbrush in here. So you get a paintbrush. That's what you use to paint things with, in case you're unaware. We get a pair of pliers, which will be handy when dividing stuff up between me and my mates. There is some glue, and there are various pots. These are quite smallish pots. I don't think they're the same size that they sell in store, but to be honest, I didn't actually see them in store, which is weird, because they used to be very evident back in the day. I'm presuming they might be further down in the store that I was in. But the main thing is, I've got a pretty basic selection there, which I'll be able to start with and figure out where I'm going from there, rather than buying one colour, realising that obviously I'm not going to paint with just one colour, etc, etc. And that's about it, really. I mean, most of it was about the Dark Vengeance kit, but I just wanted to go through the bonuses that I got for actually wandering in store today, and just say that if you're thinking about buying online, it's definitely worth going in and speaking to someone in person. Hope this gives a bit of clarity to someone who's thinking about making the jump, whether it's worth it, what it does actually include. And if it doesn't, feel free to ping a message in the comments and I will respond, and if I don't know, then I don't know. Which is quite... it seems like the sort of thing I would not know for Warhammer. But I think it's worth it. Whether I'll become a full-on Warhammer person remains to be seen. I still need to actually play a game. But if I don't, I feel like dividing this up has been quite a wise decision. If you haven't made it, definitely divide it up. And for the content that I've got, and for just painting something and pushing a few things around a table, if I don't get into it properly, at least I feel like I've got my money's worth of a daft little game. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I hope it's been a bit of a help, and I'll catch you later on. Ta-ra!